How y'all doing? Welcome back to another motorcycle video. In today's episode, we will be working on this 2011 Kawasaki Ninja 250. This is the first Kawasaki on the channel, so I'm pretty excited. Let's get started. As you can see, there's quite a bit of dust on this. It's a little dirty, so let's go ahead and clean this bike up before we get to working on it and tearing it down. Got a rag and some windshield wiper fluid. Let's clean this up. Looking better already. Before we get started, let's check to see if there's any oil in it. The sight glass in here doesn't look like there's anything, but it's on its side stand, so yep, looks like she's pretty full. She's got oil in it. Before we try turning the bike over at all, let's check the air filter, which should be behind this piece here. Yep, there's the air filter. Yeah, air filter doesn't look too bad. It's oiled up. And you look in there, there's not a whole lot of anything in there. It looks pretty clean. So we don't have any obstructions in the air box. There's oil in it. There is gas, but I was told that it was bad gas. So that is our next thing to check. After we get this back on, I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. The tank itself doesn't show any rust at all. Well, it might be a little bit old gas, but let's go ahead and see if it'll start up. I did slap the battery charger on for like an hour, but we'll see if that's enough to turn this key on. Yeah, lights are start popping up. Horn works. High-low beam is not working. The machine probably needs to be running for that. Turn signals light up, but they're not flashing, so I'm assuming the relay isn't in place. What the heck? Let's see if we can turn the fuel on. Sounds like fuel's running. Let's choke it. That's off. Let's see if it'll crank over. Yeah, it cranks over, but it seems like the battery's dead. So let's go ahead and pop the seat, and we'll throw a battery charger on it. Okay. The seat's already got the 2 bolts taken off, so let's pop that and set it over on our table. Throw our battery charger back on it. It says it's all the way charged up. Let's see if it has any more starting power. Oh, it popped over to life. It's draining that battery pretty good. Let's see if a jump pack will work. Not sure if my jump pack is charged, but we can give it a try. It says it has 4 bars, so let's try it again. Oh, try it one more time. As soon as you turn the choke off, it dies. Let's hear it one more time. It's even idling with the choke on. After hearing the bike run on choke, we can assess that the carburetors need to be cleaned. To get to them, we're going to have to remove the tank and the fairings, so let's go ahead and start with the fairings. To remove these fairings, you will have 7 bolts to remove and 7 push pins to remove. Your 7 bolts are 1 right here, 2 up here, 2 up here, and 1 on the inside of the fairing here. Your 7 push pins are 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 2 on the inside of the fairing. There is a 3rd up here that you do not have to pull, but you will have to pull these on both sides. Whereas these 3 here connect the bottom as one. There's one. That one came out a lot easier. There's 2. There's 3. Now we can switch to those ones that are on the inside here. And you simply push those in and pull the whole assembly out with your fingers. There it is. That 3rd push pin is up here that you don't have to remove. And I did that with a simple flathead screwdriver and a Phillips head bit I pushed the smaller ones in with. The 2 bottom bolts are a 5mm hex head . And the others are a 4mm hex head. The one just on the inside of the fairing here is also a 4mm. They have little plastic washers on them, so be mindful of those. Okay, now they should come apart. Note, Usually you have turning signals to worry about, and there's a wire that connects this whole fairing to the turn signals. This doesn't have the turn signals on it, and that's a problem we're going to have to address. There we go. Everything's starting to come loose. There we go. We do have some wires run up on the inside for some LED lights, however, that I did not know about. So we'll figure out how that's all figured in here, and we'll get this taken off. But for now, we'll set that there. And for the sake of brevity, we are just going to snip this here in the center someplace. We can always reattach it. As you can see, the fairing came off nice and easy. We got all of our screws and our push pins arranged nice and neat. The fairing is over on the table, up off the ground where it won't be kicked or stepped on, and we have full access to our engine here. We'll do the same thing on the other side. These wires here that aren't factory are running to some underglow lights that might have been draining the battery. So we're going to remove the battery, and we're going to remove all that wiring and see how we fare from there. As you can see, this battery was made in May of 2019. We're going to go ahead and put it on the charger and see if there's a problem with the battery. It's at like 50% right now, so maybe that's the issue. We'll let it charge for a while, and we will go back to taking the tank off. 10 millimeters are always the usual size. Okay. Got a little bracket here, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a slight bend or a curve, and that goes to the inside to adjust for this little bump here on the gas tank. Put these in our little tray. Now you're not going to get a whole lot of play or movement with these. You always want to remember you got like these fairing covers that are right on the top part of this gas tank, but on the front part. So make sure to move those so they don't get busted. But then you're going to want to kind of gently pull it up, and you might even be able to get a little backwards movement, but have a block ready, and it'll come to rest right there, and you can get to everything a lot easier. I also want to note that the fuel gauge wire is over here on this side, and you'll want to take that off as well. Just a little clip that you push in and pull it apart. Matter of fact, I'll bring you over so you can see it. Right here is the fuel gauge wires. So we push that down there, and then you pull out on the connectors, and it should come apart. Now we can go back over to the other side and pull the fuel lines. Here's our petcock here. Of course, we got our fuel line And then on the back there is a vent line for that as well. We have this vent line, I'm assuming, for the tank that we'll have to pull off to get that and, you know, unrooted from where it's at. So I'll grab the tools and we'll get going. So yes, this is a vent line. It's ran down in through here. As you can see, it's kind of moving around in there. So we'll just keep tugging on it and feed it back up through here. And we'll feed it back down when we're done. So that tube is off. Now we've got our fuel line and our vent line on the back. Both of them have clamps on them. Okay. It's always nice to have variable size pliers. And this is still has the original line on it, the yellow marking from the factory. So this, I don't think this has even been moved. That is coming off so easily and smoothly. And it's probably going to dribble some gas. And we've still got our clamp on the back side here. Here it comes. Okay. Now that we've got the fuel lines off, we have the fuel indicator wires attached and unattached, and we have the vent tube unrouted. We should be able to remove that gas tank by edging it backwards. Again, don't forget to remove your plastic holders up at the front. And she's free. And as you can see, right in here are two carbs. See if I can get a better view. Here's the top of our two carbs. Our air box looks like it's in there pretty tight. So I think we're going to have to pull the battery box to make room for the air box to slide back just a little so we can get those carbs off. Okay, let's get rid of some of this wiring. It really runs all the way up in through here, so some of it might be on, I might be on camera, some not. But either way, we'll come back to all of it out and in a bundle here. So I'm pretty sure we got it all. And all of this was ran for underglow LEDs. And I'm pretty sure that's what was draining the battery. Alrighty y'all, that's it for this video. We got the tank off, we got the fairings off, and we got the carbs just about ready to come out. If you want to see that video, be sure to stay tuned. If you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. I sure appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. Y'all have a good day.